So you guys know what time it is? It's time to go four-wheeling again. BRS Battery decided to send us a new battery to test it out, in our Suzuki King Quad. We'll log about 200-300 miles on a weekend up in the mountains of New Hampshire. Great spot to ride. You probably have seen our videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to BRS Battery's website into the description of this video. Be sure to click on it, shoot over to their website, and see what they have to offer for your ATV. So to get at the battery on your King Quad, you first need to remove the seat. And to do that, there's a lever right behind the rear of the seat. Stick your hand behind it and lift up like that. And it will release the seat for you. And that is what the latch looks like. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do on your King Quad is remove the battery hold down. There's two 10mm bolts on it. And if this isn't in place, if it's missing, you may have bought a used four-wheeler. Go to the dealership and grab one. I had to do it on my son's King Quad. He bought it used, and then the previous owner took it out. But this is going to prevent the battery from jiggling all around inside and loosening up these connections. I mean, you're going over rocks, logs, mud holes, you name it, ponds. I know what you guys are up against because I do the same thing. And you don't want these connections loosening up while you're on the trail if you can help it. And that'll keep the battery in place. So remove these two 10mm bolts, and next up is you're going to remove the negative and the positive battery terminals. There's a Phillips screw in them, but you should also be able to use your 10mm socket as well. Let's start with the negative. Don't lose your screws. Put those to the side. Move the positive. And now you can take the battery out and replace it with the new BRS battery. Before you hook the new battery up, what you want to do is get yourself a wire brush and wire brush the terminal connections on the cable ends so that there's no mud on them, they're not oxidized. If you have anything else going on, like I do, like a winch connection, wire brush those as well. You know, you could have clean out the battery area too. You should have like a little mat inside. Mine's pretty clean. Pull that out, wipe it all down, make sure there's no rocks in there or anything, because that could put a hole in the new battery. You don't want that to happen. So our new battery from BRS came with a couple new screws on it. So I'm going to take these out, and what you also want to do is, even on the new battery, clean up the terminals so there's a nice clean connection on the top of them. Even though it's brand new, wire brushing them will ensure for a great contact on the top. You'll have a good spark. Your four-wheeler will start up faster, and that's how you want to install the battery. So grab the positive cable first. I noticed on these batteries there's a little nut inside, and it kind of moves around. Be careful not to let it slide out of there. Connect the positive up first, and then I found that if you kind of tip the battery sideways a little bit, it's a little easier to grab that little nut inside. Put the positive on that way. Here's another lead I have going on. And you want to catch this by hand. Get the threads started by hand first. We've got that one caught. And that one just caught. So you want to tighten these up by hand. Don't put an impact on them because the threads aren't like that deep, and that goes even for the factory battery too. Snug them up. Don't crank down on them a crazy amount because you can strip them. So make sure you have the little cover of the positive battery. Tuck any wiring out of the way so it's not rubbing on anything. Alright, that's all tucked and good out of the way. This little positive cover right here. And now you're ready to put your battery hold her back into place. Again, catch these by hand. And take your ratchet, kind of zip them on. Then you're just going to snug them up. You don't want to over tighten them. Okay. Alright, those are good. Make sure you remove any tools. Gonna put our factory seat back into place. These two clasps go into here. So make sure that they're caught. Give it a tug. It's all set. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy to do. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment and I will reply back to you. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss any great content. Thanks for watching.